American troops began withdrawing from Afghanistan on Tuesday as part of the peace deal signed with the Taliban, marking what could be the beginning of the end of the United States' longest foreign military campaign.
Sonny Leggett, the U.S. military's spokesman in the Middle Eastern country, said in a statement that the military had begun its conditions-based reduction of forces to 8,600 over 135 days.
Currently, the U.S. has about 13,000 soldiers in Afghanistan, 8,000 of whom are involved in training and advising the country's national security forces, while about 5,000 others are involved in anti-terror operations.
International Criminal Court gives green light to investigate U.S. for alleged war crimes in Afghanistan.
The U.S. Taliban deal signed on February 28 was touted by the Trump administration as its effort to end 18 years of war in Afghanistan. The next crucial step was to be intro-Afghan talks in which all factions included the Taliban would negotiate a road map for their country's future.
The United States' partial troops withdrawal over an 18-month provided for in the deal will be linked to the Taliban keeping their promises to help fight terror in Afghanistan but not to the success of talks between the Taliban and the Afghan government.
On the weekend, Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid said the insurgent group was committed to their agreement with the United States and called on Washington to do its part to make sure their prisoners were freed.
Cal Thomas, Taliban peace deal fraught with danger and begs question, WHO will police the world?
However, Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, who appears to be in a political tug-of-war with his main political rival, Abdullah, has been dragging his feet on releasing some 5,000 Taliban prisoners, which was agreed to in the U.S.-Taliban deal.
Ghani promised Monday to announce a decree to free the prisoners, especially after the U.S. and a number of foreign dignitaries appear to back his claim to the presidency over Abdullah's claim to the post.
The two Afghan political rivals held dueling presidential inauguration ceremonies on Monday. Abdullah and the Elections Commission have charged fraud in last year's vote.
While this political fracas has thrown the talks with the Taliban into chaos, Ghani said Tuesday that he'd start putting together a negotiating team.
U.S. conducts airstrikes against Taliban days after signing peace deal.
Washington's peace envoy Zalmay Khalilzad said in an early Tuesday tweet that he hoped the two leaders can come to an agreement on an inclusive and broadly accepted government.
Taliban officials said late Monday that a flurry of biometric identifications were being conducted on Taliban prisoners, hinting at a mass release, according to prisoners currently in lockup.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo warned in a statement Monday against any use of force to resolve political differences between Abdullah and Ghani.
Prioritizing an inclusive government and unified Afghanistan is paramount for the future of the country and particularly for the cause of peace, he said.
Click here to get the Fox News app.
The war in Afghanistan began weeks after the September 11, 2001 attacks by al-Qaeda, who at the time were based in the Middle Eastern country. U.S.-led forces ousted the Taliban from power, though they regrouped and became an insurgent group.
By 2018, the Taliban were active in more than two-thirds of Afghanistan. More than 2,400 U.S. troops have been killed during the nearly two-decade conflict.
The Associated Press contributed to this report.